So, new shiny, which is actually good. It's not the best Pokemon in the world, but, you know, Pawmi is one of those fan favorite sort of thing from the newest generation. So we'll get into it, get some shinies done for today. Let's see if we can beat the last week's. Don't need my stream going at me. Let's see if we can beat last month's. I should say it almost was last week. Last Com Day was only 2 weeks ago. Let's see if we can beat last month's Com Day record of, was it like 43 shinies or something like that? 44 shinies. I don't really want to, be perfectly honest. I have more than as it is shiny wise. Like I said, this is a new shiny, so awesome internet issues. Is it because I'm sitting in the car with the windscreen thingy on? Might be blocking the signal. That could quite possibly be what it is. So, it is a beautiful day today in Melbourne. Hello, Dougie. Hello. How you doing, X-Ray? As soon as I opened up my door, little dogs just ran up to me and just said hello. Almost jumped in the car. So that was cool. Way to greet me for my Com Day. Little pop. Alright, and you know what, let's just save that for now, because I'd say that we'll get some better ones. Alright, but yeah, it's a beautiful autumn day here in Melbourne. It's 24 degrees, which is ridiculous for this time of year. Usually at this time of year, we're starting to get, 12-degree days, but for some reason, it is absolutely... Please, to come back. Yeah, an absolute perler today. I am a little bit tired. I had a fairly late one last night. And by fairly late, I mean I didn't sleep at all, basically. It is what it is. But yeah, we're out to do some nice new shiny hunting on a beautiful day. So, can't really argue with that. You just started liking Pawmi because of Ice Pocket, so you're excited for this? Nice. Yeah, as I said, it's not a bad Com Day. It's a lot better than some of the ones that we've had recently, just for the simple fact that it is a new shiny. And yeah, Pawmi is, like I said, a fan favorite Pokemon. He's pretty cool. But yeah, here in Australia, because we've got Parmesanos, chicken parmas that we get, that's what we tend to call him here. Good old Pawmi. So let's catch us some nice Pawmis today. The shiny is like a red color as well, so it matches Parmesan sauce. So how many is it going to take us to get our first click? So yeah, we can start taking some estimates of how many shinies we're going to end up with for today. I want to say 27. 27 shinies will be my guess. Alright, let's jump into our special research. This really annoys me that it keeps putting the one that I want always down at the bottom. Why does new research appear so far? Let's go. Cosmic Companion. Come on, it's gonna be. Hello. Hello. There we go. Star. All right, that's at the top. So typical 25 berries. 20 catch 25, make 25 great throws, spin 15 Pokestops, walk a kilometer, complete 5 research tasks. So glad we have. We have a few days to walk and evolve with the featured move. Yeah, we've got until the 18th. It said so. It's a week, an extra week on top of this to be able to evolve it, which is good. It's good that they did that, given that it's a one that takes a bit of a task to actually get the evolve done. Because, I mean, knowing Niantic, they could have just done that and then not bother. It wouldn't be the first time that they've done something like that. And why isn't my phone charging? I plugged it into the charger, but no charge. What is going on? Hello? This is charged. I know I charged it. Okay, what's going on? How many kilometers to evolve during the event? Let me have a look. Hey Negan, how you doing? Welcome in. How you doing today? It says it's only 25 of these. Does it say in the actual news? Okay, so we've got quarter hatch distance, exploring one, yeah, okay. So, limited time evolution requirement, you can evolve Pawmo into Pawmot after exploring 1 kilometer as your buddy. So, yeah, it only takes 1 kilometer. How you doing, Jody? To evolve for is 1 kilometer, yes, thank you. 1 kilometer. 7 minutes in. We still don't have a shiny. What is going on? I forgot I should actually been doing some catching, given that I need to finish this research. Get it done nice and quickly, so we can just get on to other shiny hunting. Bro. Little bro, stay in the ball. Oh wait, I need berries, don't I? For the research. Can't see the screen. Yes. I am actually going to have to pick up some berries because I don't have any, I don't think. Okay, we've got a few. It's alright. To spin these stops. You got your first shiny already. Get it. Wait, you got first what? First shiny or first? You're not the first one to post in the chat. There's already people posting in chat. I don't know if you can see it or not. Berry. It's hot, 85 Fahrenheit, 29. It's at 9, okay. 9 at night, 29 degrees and it's 9 at night. I was going to say, just in general, 29 degrees is actually, like, yeah, first shiny. There we go. We got ourselves our little spicy Pawmi. First one. It looks like the spicy Cheetos. It's a spicy Cheeto Pawmi. Yeah, 29 degrees at night is pretty warm. During the day, I'd say that's a nice temperature. Here in Melbourne, which we're in the last month of autumn, we're about to go into winter in like a couple of weeks' time. It's 24 degrees. This is unheard of at this time of year. We may get a stray hot day leading up, like warm day leading into winter. It's been like this for the last few days. Got some unseasonably warm weather, which is, I mean, for a day like today when I'm out and about walking around, getting Comm Day done, I'm not going to complain. I will definitely take this weather. I'm not looking forward to having to do events during winter, that's for sure. How you doing, Louis? Welcome in, man. Welcome. Hope I'm well. I am doing pretty well today. Minus being tired, but I mean, that's a fairly common thing in Jimmy's world. More so because last night was a busy night. I was up all night, sort of thing, so that wasn't really smart on my behalf, but things will happen that way. Good luck on the shiny hunt. Yours is tomorrow. Good luck for yours too, Jody. The hells. How you doing? Welcome in. How's it going? Going pretty good, man. Going pretty good. How you doing? Can I please have some berries? Whenever I don't want berries, it's the only thing that I get. As soon as I need berries to complete a research task, I spin stop after stop. Do I get berries? No, I do not. Why does this game insist on doing this? I swear it knows when you need specific items to do specific tasks, and it just makes it harder for you to obtain those items. Because, I mean, berries are fairly common items to drop from Pokestops. So 3 Pokestops in a row without a single berry. What the hell? That's disappointing. How am I going to complete this research task if you're not giving me berries? Is it difficult to play Comm Day with warm weather? In super hot weather, yes. Today is like perfect. Today's 24 degrees, so it's a nice temperature. Sort of like that in-between temperature. You'd say that today is like ideal. There's a little bit of cloud coverage, not enough to really block out the sun or anything, but it might take a little bit of sting out of the sun. But we're at that point of the year. Like I said, it's almost winter time here in Australia. It's the sun just isn't as bitey as it was during the summertime, because we're further away from it now. What's the best Pokemon that I found? What, in the wild, or just one that I have in general? One that I found in the wild, honestly, I probably can't remember because there's so many Pokemon that I've got. But if you're talking about like my best Pokemon in general, that would be, I've got a whole bunch of hundos. So my top Pokemon at the moment is my 4,000 something CP Hundo Groudon. I'm a fellow Aussie. Yes, I'm in Melbourne. Yeah, quite a few hundos that sort of top out my rankings in my Pokemon stacks. It's followed by a hundo Garchomp. Yeah, so hundo level 50 Groudon, hundo level 50 Garchomp, and my 98% Mewtwo, my 96% shiny Mewtwo, my 98 lucky shiny Kyogre. I'm really looking forward to when they finally add bottle caps to the game, which is supposedly going to be pretty soon, because I'll be able to max out some of these and turn them into hundos, which I'm looking forward to. And then, yeah, we've got, as you can see, a whole bunch of hundos and 98%ers and stuff. So we got teams. We got good teams. I've got... Yeah, this one is the level 4. No, this one's level 50. Yeah, that was one of the ones that I maxed out. And then we got another one down here, which is... Oh, not this one. This one. Which is also a hundo. How is it in Mel? It's nice today. It's 24 degrees. So, very unseasonably warm weather for this time of year. Can you just give me the berries? I need berries. I can't complete this research task if you don't give me berries. Ah. Oh, you're in WA? Nice. Yeah, you guys are lucky. You do get warm weather like this during this time of year. Melbourne, just because we're, fairly low in altitude. Altitude in longitude? Which one is it? Latitude, longitude, whichever one. Yeah, Melbourne's just shit weather. I hate it when it gets to this time of year. It makes events so unfun. Not fun. As I said, guys, I'm running on no sleep. So if my English skills aren't up to scratch today, that's my poor education and my sleep deprivation. Also, here maybe we get remote trades finally. Yes, I did see something pop up. I didn't read through the story, but I did see somebody posting up that remote trades. We're also going to be able to do shiny number 2. Remote raids for Shadow Raids and for the dens for Gigantamax stuff, which is something that they should have just done ages ago. But they can see that raiding is dying off, so they need to try and lure people back into it, and that's their way of doing it, by giving us access to those things through remotes, which is good. I mean, it's something, but unfortunately, I think it's too little too late. The game is suffering really badly, especially with... See, another Top spun with no berries. What is going on? I need the berries game. Hey, finally we got a berry. How many hundos do I have? 200 something. I'll have a look in a second. But yeah, I know it's over 200. It's like 210 or something like that. Do I also play the TCG? No, I don't. I just never really got into it. This is really the only mobile game that I play. Anything else, I'm more of a PC gamer in general. I just got into Pokemon Go when it came out, and then, yeah, turned it into a YouTube channel for the most part. But saying that, I do have Doom Dark Ages downloading at home right now, like the preload. So I should be able to play that in a day and a bit, because I got the not Ultra Edition, the special. Oh my god, dude, stay in the ball. The special edition. So, yeah, I get to play it early. So I will be playing that on probably Wednesday, I'd say, is the day when I can start playing it. So yeah, I will be introducing other games back to the channel, guys. It won't just be a Pokemon Go channel, as it has been for an extended period of time now. Yeah, I want to get back into doing PC gaming. So yeah, Doom Dark Ages is the first thing. So a bit of a jump from doing happy-go-lucky Pokemon Go streams to murdering demons with chainsaws. But I'm all for it. Hey, Ladius, how you doing? 11 months? Nice, dude. Thank you so much. Welcome in. How you doing today? PC, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. I've been a PC gamer for a long time now. I was a console gamer when I was younger. And then got my taste of PC gaming through like Half-Life, the original Half-Life and Counter-Strike and stuff like that. And I was like, ooh, I like PC gaming. Being a PC gamer pretty much. I've been pretty good lately. Slowing down on, yeah, PC. Yeah, that's what I was just saying in the chat, sort of thing. Unfortunately, the game is starting to wane a bit. There is a lot of people which are just like, I've had enough of it. After 10 years, or almost 10 years, dude, why are these things being so difficult to catch? It does get a little bit old. I'm not going to lie. I have definitely lost motivation playing it as much as I used to. It used to be a hardcore player, but now I'm just, more of a casual, I would say. Hi, C Max. How you going? Sorry, man. There you went. Even if they give us unlimited remotes, price will still... Yes. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if when the new company takes over, they remove the cap on remote raids, because that was more of a Niantic thing, and they're going to want to make their money back for the investment that they've spent. So that would be one of the best ways for them to do it. Just remove the remote raid cap. But prices, I'm assuming, will probably stay the same. Hey, Becky. How you doing, man? Welcome in. How you doing? Just random question. Do I play Helldiver? No, I haven't actually played it. I've wanted to. I've just never got around to actually playing it. It does look fun, though. My type of game. Just intense gunfight, hang on by the edge of your seat, battling until the death sort of thing. Does look very fun. Yeah, I won't lie. I've been pretty slack when it comes to gaming in general of recent. There's been a lot of games that I've been meaning to jump on board, which I just haven't. Just because I've been just been doing other stuff with my life. Like just getting my mental health and stuff back into order. And one way that I've done that is just by working out and eating healthy and all that sort of stuff, and that's sort of taken priority. I've just put gaming sort of to the back of my priorities. I still enjoy gaming, I just don't do it as much as I used to. You've heard it's very fun. Yeah, yeah. I've seen heaps of people playing it, so it does look very fun. Are you still getting shinies you don't have the main you don't have in the main series game? It's just because shinies in this is so much easier to get. Like, there's so many ways of obtaining shinies in Pokemon Go in comparison to the main series game. Speaking of, did I get a shiny Tapu Fini? You did, sorry. Tapu Fini, Tapu Fini rather. So you didn't have to hunt for Sword and Shield anymore. Nice. You're doing all right. About to go and get an energy drink. Nice. I could really, honestly, an energy drink right now would probably go down pretty damn good. Yeah, I couldn't tell. I tried to sleep last night. There was times when I was sort of dozing a little bit, but there was no real sleep to be had. And then I was up again at I think it was 8 o'clock this morning. And then, yeah, been up since. So, probably a V. I've never been a big fan of V. I don't know, for some reason it just smells and I assume tastes like cat pee. I've never tasted cat pee before, so I wouldn't actually know, but it's got that smell of a male cat marking its territory. So I'm like, do I really want to be ingesting this? Seems to be a bad idea. I mean, Red Bull really isn't that great either. I don't know, I don't mind Red Bull though. Hey, that's shiny. Alright, that's 3. We're, 23 minutes in. We have 3 shinies now, so off to a slowish start, but we're doing okay. Not doing too bad. I'll feel free to open gifts. I really should, actually, because it'd probably be an easier way for me to get berries. I'm just a terrible gift opener. I just don't like the gifting system. I never have. So I tend not to go to it very often because I just hate it. It takes way too long. They need to let us be able to mass open gifts. Just 5 at a time. Just select 5 friends, open gifts. That would make me more inclined to actually jumping into the friend system and using it. I am getting berries now, so that's good. That's your go-to. Sometimes does get a bit sour. Yeah, I haven't had one in years, so honestly, I can't really remember what. Yeah, no, actually, I can. It's one of those tastes that you don't really forget. So no, yeah, I can remember the taste of a V. A up to 4 shinies, nice. Oh. As soon as we can get these research out of the way. Hey, there we go. That's number 4. So we are also on 4 shinies now. Why is my phone not charging? Why does this charger do this? It's like when my phone's at a certain charge, I think it's over 80%. Once it gets to 80%, it just doesn't charge off the portable charger. It will for a little bit and then it'll just stop. I'll play that. 3-star wild shiny. I'm assuming you have no shinies at this point, Fitzy. Still got a big fat 0. I'm sorry, man. if it's any consolation, I am not doing so well myself. Like, we're 25 minutes in. I would have expected to at least have 5 or 6 by now. I mean, if it was last month's Comm Day, like Vanillite, I think in like the first hour I had, it was like 14 shinies or something like that. Something ridiculous. No wonder we finished up with like, I think it was like 43. Yeah, if I remember correctly, it's like 43, 44 shinies that we had for, which was just not necessary. You don't need that many shinies of the one Pokemon. Yeah, honestly, it's Comm Days in this game which have ruined the overall uniqueness of shinies and shiny hunting in general. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy getting shinies. I like going home with, a hand. Like, honestly, I'd be happy with like 6 to 7 shinies from a Comm Day. If that was what we got, cool, out of 3 hours. But every single Comm Day, I'm going home with 25 plus. It just makes it that they're too common. And then because of that, because of how common shinies have become in this game, the Pokemon Company has also just made them easy to get in the main series games as well. So the newer games in comparison to the old games, like you just see them in the wild now, just roaming around doing stuff. And you're just like, oh, look, there's a shiny. They're just not as unique as they used to be, which is a little bit disappointing. There used to be some sort of, I don't know, how do you put it? Goal that you could set yourself to obtain a shiny. The shiny hunting thing was a task. You'd have to, hatch 3,000 eggs to get a shiny. You'd have to encounter something 2,000 times in the wild to get a shiny. Now it's just like, hey, I did it 4 eggs and I've got a shiny. You purposely stopped at the last Comm Day. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Vanilla in any way, shape, or form either. I really think that it's dumb Pokemon. Dumb ice cream. Its evolutions are pretty derpy too. Hey, up to 5, nice. You remember Magikarp Comm Day during lockdown? You got 50 odd shinies. From bed without moving. Yeah, they made Comm Days really easy during COVID. Because they were the 6-hour Comm Days as well. See, I keep spinning all these stops and I'm not getting any berries. And again, my phone has stopped charging. Why are you doing this? You need to continue charging, thank you. Oh. You just caught your 50th one still. Man, just do what I usually do and just click on them. And the only reason why I'm catching them right now is because I got to finish the research. I honestly miss the old research tasks because I could get them out of the way so much quicker and then I could just concentrate on doing shiny hunting. Don't like these new ones, especially in situations like this where the game just won't give me berries. And 5 research tasks. I should probably do them. Oh, there's 5 berries right there. Alright, that's handy, thanks. I'll take that. And of course now my bag is full. Fantastic. I think I'm at the point where I can probably just start throwing Ultra Balls away. See, another stop that didn't give me berries. And you watch, as soon as I finish this research that required me having berries, every single stop will start dropping them. Alright, there's the kilometre. So, it's pretty much just finishing another research task and finishing these berries, and we are done with the first stage of the research. There is one thing that I don't like about playing in weather like this. It's beautiful and all that sort of stuff, but as soon as you get into the sun, you cannot see the screen. The glare. I can't see. I don't know what I'm clicking on. No shinies. Alright, 5 more berries. The only thing is, I'm at the last 2 Pokestops here. So, unless it drops 4 berries for me, which, I mean, I got, okay, cool. It gave me 1 at least, finally. Hey, and another one, cool. So, do I actually have, I can't see my screen. I have 3. Yeah. Looks like I'll have to open a gift or something to try and get these extra ones. Oh, good. Alright, back into shade again so I can actually see what I am doing. Ah. And as I say that, I almost trip over. Alright, that is this one. Oh, okay. Alright, we don't need to worry. We got extra berries from that research task. Nice. That worked out well. See again, my friend. It was charging fine. It dropped below 80%, and then it got back up to 80%, and then it just stopped charging again. I think it's part of the safety features, like to make the battery last longer, like it'll only charge it to 80%. But it's a bit of a pain in the ass because I got to keep paying attention to it, because I sort of need to be plugged into the charger because the battery is that decayed now that it won't last me 3 hours. So it needs to be plugged into the charger. Alright, that should be our first stage of the research done. So we will shiny check these little guys. But yeah, definitely a slow start to the day. Which I suppose is sort of understandable, because a lot of the time when they do introduce a new shiny like this during a comm day, it does seem to be a bit more rare than one that we've had in the game for a while. Great, 30 Ultra Balls that I do not need. It's not too bad. It's not the worst in the world. Alright. Let's On to this second stage. And just give me research shinies. Also gonna have to maybe start using some of these Ultra Balls that it's given me to catch. Save these normal Pokeballs for the shinies. Hey, there we go. Alright, one with a background. It's not the best in the world, unfortunately. Alright, let's see what we got. Okay, so yeah, it's just catch 30 in total. So, I guess we'll get to catching. Yeah, I'm getting so many Ultra Balls these days and I just don't use them. So I can't carry around enough of my normal Pokeballs because I've got too many Ultra Balls. Hey, that's not a shiny. Again, the glare. I couldn't see it. It looked more red than it actually is. I thought it was a shiny. Disappointing. So used to having to click into the berry thing now that it's just second nature. That sun is a bit toasty. I didn't put sunscreen on today. I thought maybe I should. Before I left home, I was like, nah, shouldn't be too bad. I don't think the UV will be too bad today. But I don't know. To walk around in this for the next 2.5 hours, that's like, maybe I just got another try. See, this little dude's sunburnt. Don't forget the snapshot. I'd never do the snapshots during the Comm days because I'm streaming and it takes the camera and all that sort of stuff. It just shuts down the front-facing camera, and in the past it's caused issues, like it's crashed the stream and all that sort of stuff. So just don't bother with it. But thank you for the reminder. Yeah, I just don't really see a point to doing it because it just doesn't really increase your shiny odds or anything like that. It's just snapshots. A couple of extra spawns that I don't really need because I'm getting all these spawns anyway. Hey, another shiny. Alright. Again, I'm going to... So what's that? 7 shinies now, I want to say. Should I IV check that one? Can't see the screen. What do we got? Shinies. 6, yeah. Okay, so we're on 6 shinies. This last one was another 3-star. That's not too bad. So that's like 2 3-star shinies in a row. And of course I missed the incense spawn. Fantastic. Pawmi is a sunny day, and shiny Pawmi is literally a red flower. Wait, Sunny D is an American drink, yeah. Like juice drink, yeah. We're in Australia, so I'm pretty sure we don't have it, do we? I don't know. Off the top of my head. America. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I don't know if we've got it here in Australia or not. Do we? I want to say yes, but at the same time, I'm not sure. Also, how you doing, Sean? Welcome in. Good to see you, man. We don't see you around as much anymore since you've fallen in love. You're no longer an alcoholic, you're just in love. You've become a loveaholic. You can't see. 2 a.m. streams. Sure, that's what it is. It's just the 2 a.m. No. These streams are usually the better ones for other people around the world to catch, just because they're earlier in the day. I know my 6 p.m. streams unfortunately fall at terrible times for most other people because I'm an Australian and we live in the middle of frickin' nowhere. We're the ass end of the world. This one started at 10 p.m. Yeah. I know, it's still better than 2. Still, if you're a real fan, moderator and all that sort of stuff, you'd stay up. You'd be up until 3 in the morning watching my streams. But no. It's all good, dude. It's all good. I mean, I can't talk. I don't stay up until 2 a.m. watching. I'll do it. Yeah, nah. I don't really watch a lot of streams these days, to be honest. You've been going to bed at 12 or 11. You're a good boy. Going to bed nice and early. Oh, man, I'm so proud of you. You've grown so much. Here I am, still staying up until 5 a.m. every morning. I try to go to bed. Do I? No. I want to try and go to bed early. It just doesn't happen. I'm either staying up doing my own thing. One of the girls that I'm talking to has a habit of messaging me at 3 in the morning because she can't sleep. So I'm like, well, guess I'm awake now. So many little Pawmies. Man, looking at all these little dudes, I really want a Palmer now. I could definitely murder a Palmer and chips. You been replaying GTA 5? Hey, Shiny. Wasn't even paying attention. Nice. I really should replay GTA 5. I haven't played it in ages. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is on one of the drives. Yeah, just haven't played it in God knows how long. Probably a number of years. It is a good game though. Alright, let's just shiny check these things. Surely there should be a shiny in this cluster. It's a fairly sizable cluster. Barely unlocked Trevor. Trevor's the best character. He's such a unit. Yeah, but we've all seen the new GTA 6 trailer, yes? We all know that it's not coming out until next year. I already said that. I've been telling people basically all year that are like, oh, I can't wait till GTA 6. I'm like, dude, it's not coming out this year. It'll be next year. I guarantee you it'll be next year. You haven't? How have you not watched the new GTA 6 trailer? It came out like 3 or 4 days ago. No, yeah, like 4 or 5 days ago now. Go watch it. Be like the 30 million other people that have watched it already. What would your last meal be if you had to choose something? If you heard anything. Chom, go watch the GTA 6 trailer. I don't know if you heard me say that. As for C-Mags asking me about my my final meal sort of thing. That is a difficult question just because there's so many different things that I like. I probably wouldn't be able to choose like one specific thing. I would just want a lot of things. God, I hate this internet sometimes. It crashed. Sorry, guys. Fantastic. Alright, hopefully everybody will jump back in. Yeah, this phone just cannot keep the game and the stream running sometimes. Honestly, I probably need to restart my phone. It's been a while since I remember last restarting it. So, could probably refresh a bit of things, make some stuff. But yeah, hopefully people will trickle back in. See, the problem is because I'm reading the chat, time to get a new phone. Honestly, I probably do need to get a new phone. This one is a few years old now. It's an S20. Phones are just too expensive. Like S25, it's on sale from one of the retail places in Australia. It's like $1,800 or something like that. I'm like, dude, that's too expensive for a phone. $1,800. Like, tech is just becoming way too expensive. Prices keep going up and up and up and up and up for tech devices, but the manufacturing costs of said item don't really go up. So it's just ridiculous the amount that they charge us for phones. I saw something the other day, or the other week, where they were talking about, for instance, if a tech company like Apple was to bring all their manufacturing back to the United States to produce an iPhone without having labor done, like building the phone in third world countries where they can pay people basically nothing to do it and get resources really cheap, it would cost people like $30,000 to buy an iPhone once they covered the costs of paying all the workers and setting up the factories and getting the resources and all that sort of stuff. That's just not going to happen. That's why phones and all that sort of stuff are made for cheap in other countries, in third world countries and stuff, just because they don't have to pay $30,000 to get a phone built. And that would be just so they could get the same profits of what they do selling a phone now for the prices that they sell it. And they're already $2,000 for a phone. Still haven't got your GoFest ticket. I don't have my GoFest ticket yet either. Are you actually going to go to one of the in-person ones, Chom, or are you just doing it global this time around? What are you doing? Okay. A few people have trickled back in. Yeah, see, that's what I hate when the streams crash, just because people, like, they just leave and go to other streams and stuff like that. So we lose our viewers. Stupid phone. Yeah, the battery in this phone is pretty dead now as well. Sort of thing. If I'm playing the game and streaming, it's lucky to last an hour and a half, sort of thing. So it has to live on the charger, which just makes it worse. It was this past summer, which really murdered my battery. Wasn't too bad, but there was a lot of really long events, like the Wild Area event and the Unova tour and stuff like that, where they were just on really hot days. And I had to have my phone plugged into the charger all day, and it just wasn't charging. It was sort of like trickle charging just to keep it steady, and it just absolutely destroyed my battery. it was already getting old, but yeah, this last summer sort of put the final nail in the coffin for it. So it's just, yeah, it's not great. Even when I'm not playing the game, if I'm just sitting at home messaging friends, or if I'm on Instagram or something like that, it'll only last like 3 or 4 hours without a charge. Or maybe a bit longer, like maybe 5 or 6 hours. The wild area was a goated event. It was alright, I don't know. I think they, like, honestly, because they were doing toxicity, they were obviously going to pick poison and electric type Pokemon. I just feel like neither of those Pokemon really hit well in Pokemon Go. So, I mean, I can't say that I've used toxicity for anything since I got it. Hey James, how you doing, man? Welcome in. James, you'll be happy to know that by now my Doom Dark Ages has preloaded on my computer at home. When I left to come down and start the stream, I only had half an hour left of downloads. So it's ready to go. Well, should be pretty much ready to go. I think it'll still need to download a small part once the game releases on Wednesday. But I'm good to go. Except I do need to set up the stream overlay and all that sort of stuff, because since I've reinstalled Windows, that stuff's probably been reset. If I'm lucky, it's saved the scenes and I won't have to, and everything is going to be all good, and I just need to tweak a little thing. I do need to set the webcam and the microphone and all that sort of stuff back up properly though, I think. And my stream deck. So there's a little bit of work to do, so I'll have to do that. Maybe starting tonight, because I think I'm going out tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow evening on Tuesday. Yeah, it's going to have to be over the next couple of days. How you doing, Gabrielle? Welcome in. How are ya? Jimmy looking good today. Cheers, man. I'm tired. I think that's why I've got sunglasses and stuff on, to hide the bags under my eyes, because I haven't slept for like the past 3 days, pretty much. My last 3 days of sleep have been non-existent. Basically since, what's today? Sunday. Yeah, since Thursday night, I want to say I haven't slept well. Yeah, Thursday night, Friday night, and last night. Haven't had a great sleep. So, I don't know, can you see the bags on my... It's like I'm squinting because the phone's bright. Or the screen's bright. The phone's not bright. It's just bright outside. It's too much sunshine. Why is the wild area in GoFest only ticketed global events, but the Go tour isn't anymore? I don't know. You'd have to ask Niantic that, dude. They are the only people that can answer those questions. And honestly, the answer that you'd probably get from them, which would probably just be nonsensical. Like, we're going to remove the remote raid pass, we're going to add limits to the remote raid passes and increase the prices for the longevity of the game. That is the most backwards thing I've ever heard in my life. How many shinies do I have so far? I think I'm up to 9, I want to say. 9 or 10 at this point. Let's have a look. 9. So yeah, we're just about to finish our first hour. So yeah, it's 2:58. That's what I was trying to say. I sleep pretty good usually because it's next to you. How do you know I'm not doing the same thing? I'm just not sleeping because of lack of sleep. Because I'm busy doing other things, if you catch my drift. Like downloading Doom. Oh yeah. That's what I do. Stay up all night downloading games. Need to chloroform for good sleep. That, or possibly getting some sort of sleeping aid, sleeping tablets of some description. The guys that comes into the chat, he was giving me suggestions of some sleeping tablets that I can take, sort of thing, that very much help with feeling like you get natural rested sleep. I just struggle with sleep in general, though. That's one of my biggest issues. Like, for instance, last night I was tired. Like, I was doing a lot last night that should have tired me out. I just wasn't tired. By the time it came time to try and get a little bit of sleep, yeah, I just couldn't. I was trying to, but I just couldn't sleep. But we aren't owned by Niantic anymore, bro. We're owned by Scope. Not yet. When you boot up the game, it still says Niantic on the splash screen, so therefore Niantic still owns the game at this point. It'll change hands sometime after Go First, I would assume. It's going to be 10 now, and Shadows will be ready. Yes. Yeah, I know that Shadows, same with the dens, the Gigantamax dens, they'll also be able to be raidable, remote raidable. But a limit of 10 is, I mean, it's too late. Like, they're adding these changes way after the point where it would have helped. Like, people asked for this when Niantic first put the limits in and increased the prices for the raid passes, and it just pushed people away from the game. So changing that stuff now isn't really going to change anything. They're grasping at straws, really trying to resurrect something that they killed with stupid decisions. Like, you can look at my raid hours as the perfect example. Like, this time last year, raid hours were still fairly popular. We still had quite a few people coming through every stream. Didn't matter what the raid boss was, people were interested in it. The last few weeks have been absolutely dead for raids. We've only ended up getting like 2 to 4 raids done in an hour, just because people just don't care. They just don't want to do them anymore. So yeah, it's too little too late from Niantic's standpoint to try and save what they've done, which is just ruin the raiding, which was one of the only things that was keeping the game stable. Because let's face it, there isn't enough people that do PvP for that to be something that keeps the game going. Nice. And like, the collection aspect of the game gets old pretty quickly. I'm jealous of what, Chom? Jealous that you get to sleep next to a beautiful girl every night. Oh, isn't that cute? That's cute. But for some reason, you don't think that I'm doing the same thing. Their new Shadows and Gigantamax flopped hard, so they had to make money. Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, when you release a system into the game, being Gigantamax, Dynamax, that only feeds itself, that's the issue that came from it. Because in the main series games, you've always been able to invite people remotely to the raids, so there was no reason why Niantic didn't add that ability when they put it into the game, like put that feature into the game. But yeah, just because it's a system that only feeds itself, you get Gigantamax Pokemon, Dynamax Pokemon just to get more Gigantamax, Dynamax Pokemon. You can't use them in raids, you can't use them in PvP, you can't use them, in any other aspect of the game. It's just an empty system that doesn't really have any substance to it. So it just gets boring quickly. So yeah, unfortunately, it's just the state of the game. It's just, hey, back-to-back shinies. People just aren't interested in it anymore. It's a game that's nearly 10 years old now. There's nothing you can really do to change that. It's just an old game. No, we've covered this before, James. That's not actually... No, I don't speak to Leah anymore. Tried to keep it going with her, but she seemed not so keen. I think it was just more so from her standpoint, just because she's a quiet girl. She has autism. She likes to stay at home and not really do much, just around playing games and all that sort of stuff. So I don't think she was really interested in having a relationship sort of thing. So it is what it is. I'm not too fast. There is others. Two raids last Wednesday. Yeah, exactly. Like the amount of raids that we're getting, that's just because like the taboos, they're not really useful for anything. So just in general, people don't really care about the taboos. I thought Tapu Fini would have attracted people to it just because it is one of the more useful ones out of the taboos, but yeah, 2 raids. At least this week for Raid Hour, we do have Yuxi, which is a regional. I'm not holding high hopes for it, just because last time we had it, I don't think it was that popular, and that was, 6 months ago or something like that? So, we'll see. I'm still up in the air whether or not I'll be doing Wednesday's Raid Hour, because that is the day that I think I can start playing Doom Dark Ages. So... that may take priority. I will have to see. We'll be playing that one by ear, definitely. I mean, honestly, I can see enough gyms from home now that I could probably do them both. Play Doom and host raids. So if people want to do raids, I can host a raid in between killing demons. And then I can get back to killing demons if no one wants to do raids. Win-win for everybody. Being impossible for you to raid now. Yeah, like I said, it's like raiding just in general has just dropped off dramatically in the last 6 months. It dropped off after Niantic made the changes, but then it's just been, like the last 6 months, it's just been on a nosedive. And yeah, it's at the point now where it's, unless you're in a city centre and you've got quite a few people around, it's very difficult to actually raid. I know you're not, because you'd sleep earlier. But that's assuming that the person that you're sleeping with actually has no issues sleeping. So, I don't know, dude. I don't know. I don't know. You honestly don't care about the Gigantamaxes. I'm the same. Like, I don't have a single Gigantamax Pokemon in my storage. I have some Dynamax ones. I haven't done any of the Gigantamax. Just around where I live, there's just no raid parties anymore. Like, people just don't get out and raid. There was... when people could still remote raid as much as they wanted to, there were still some people that would get into the group chat and host raids and all that sort of stuff. But as soon as that was nerfed, our raid group just died. And since then, yeah, there's just nobody that wants to get out and do the Gigantamax stuff. So I haven't even bothered with it. I haven't put any effort into trying to get Gigantamax. And now that we can remote raid them, I don't think that's going to change. I still just don't have any interest in it. Because as I said, it's a system that only feeds itself. You're getting Pokédex entries, and then you're just using those Pokédex entries to obtain more Pokédex entries. It's like, if I can't use these in battle or I can't use these in raids, I really don't care. Like, that sucks. Leah seemed good. She was nice. Like, don't get me wrong. She was a nice girl. and we got along really well. We had heaps in common, like especially when we went out on the date. We had a lot to talk about. We had a lot in common, like childhoods and all that sort of stuff. She was a really cool chick, but as I said, I just think she was, because of her personality and what she's dealing with, because she's got some sickness and stuff going on and all that sort of stuff, she just wasn't really in the market to get into a relationship with anybody. So she was like, I think it was more of just a self-sabotage thing. She knew that we had a connection and she knew that we got along well, and something could have happened there, and I think she was just got a bit like, I don't know if I can deal with this, and just self-sabotaged and was just like, We kept talking for a bit, but she just got to the point where she's just, I don't know. As I said, it doesn't matter. Move on. No use dwelling on stuff that's not going to happen. You're going to get a new battery for your controller. You're going to head out. Fine. Leave us. Go to your controller and your girlfriend. At least we know how much we mean to you. Nah. Have a good one. And also, thanks for the dono. Did I say thank you for the dono? I should have. Thanks for the dono, Joel. Have a good one, man. What are we? 3:10. Alright, so we're into our second hour. I can finish this part of the research, and you just use PokeRaid to get what you need and remotely do them. You're stale. Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for you guys jumping into raid hours and stuff, I probably wouldn't get raids done either. I've just had the benefit of having a YouTube channel, and I host raids on Wednesday nights and for raid days and stuff like that. So I can tend to get some raids done. As I said, of recent, that's dropped off dramatically. I think it's also just because the raid bosses that we've had recently have been really average as well. When we've got decent raid bosses, there is, a decent amount of people coming through to try and get them. But whenever we have shit, people just aren't interested in it, which is fair. Like, I understand. When I'm not interested in them, I don't really expect other people to be interested in them. Alright, good thing we are almost back at the car, because I could do with some water. I use PokeRaid being hard to get people on, and you got a 4.8 rating. Yeah, as I said, I think it's just because rating in general is dying, sort of thing. Unfortunately, it's just, it's an old game, 10 years old. People can only raid the same raid bosses so many times until it's just like, I just don't care anymore. John playing in 10 minutes against GWS. Nice. Doggies lost, Unfortunately, we did. It was 10 points. It was a close game in the end. There was a couple of points where Gold Coast did kick away and get out to, I think the biggest lead of the game was like 27 points, and we still managed to peck it back. We came charging in that last 10 minutes. If the game was a bit longer, I think we could have overran them. But unfortunately, Gold Coast is just a good team, surprisingly, this year. Damien Hardwick's done a good job of coaching them, turned them into a good team. And they play well in Darwin just because they're used to those conditions, those hot, humid conditions, because they're from Queensland. But it was a good match. Last raid you did was Blacephalon, you think? Weeks ago. See, the last relatively interesting raid hour that we had was the first week of Stacker Attacker. Because that's the one that we've got here, the regional here in Australia. But we had those for 2 weeks. First week was fine. First week we had a decent amount of people in. Second week, dead. Once everybody had got it, and people just didn't want to raid it anymore. So yeah, I think we're at the point where having raid bosses for longer than a week just isn't necessary. Like 2 weeks long is way too long for a single raid boss these days. They need to just do 1 week rotations on bosses. But the problem with that is they end up going through the same stuff too often, and it just becomes the same issue because they can't keep rotating through Kyogre, Groudon, Rayquaza, Mewtwo, Zekrom, Reshiram, because they're the only things that people really want to raid anymore. Everything else is just like meh, meh. Nothing else is useful, so meh. Hey, Coupon King, how you doing, man? Welcome in. How was your day? Alright, we're nearly halfway through. It's taken me an hour and 15 minutes to walk 1 lap around this. It's 2 kilometers. That's how slow I'm walking. But we're getting a lot of shinies now. This second hour is popping off so far. Also, guys, if you haven't already, please do drop a like in the stream. It does help out immensely. I do appreciate it. Like, just tells the algorithm that you guys are enjoying it. Helps out the channel. Alright, let's do a shiny count, shall we? Let's see what we're up to. Because like I said, it's been popping off. Of recent, we have 6, 12, 15. 15 shiny Pawmis so far. So that's, like I said, we're almost halfway through. So we're on track, as I said at the start of the stream. I'm looking at about 27 shinies. Up to 12. And all these... I said it before, I've been thinking about it the whole stream now. All I want is a chicken parma now. It's not fair. This is a stream that's just making me hungry. I'm really hungry after, because I didn't eat last night either. Which was a bit silly. The only thing that I really ate yesterday was my breakfast. And then didn't eat for the rest of the day. And I wanted to, but I didn't. And then I woke up this morning and I had breakfast again today, but I'm already hungry. And now I just want a chicken parma. It's not fair. So I can't get a chicken parma because I'm playing Pokemon. Does somebody want to Uber eat me a chicken parma, please? So that's another thing that sort of distracted from the game. I just got a shiny. No reaction. Just caught it and kept going. That's the thing. When you've got over 3,000 shinies, I think we're closing in on 4,000 shinies at this point. What do we got? Yeah, 3,788. So we're well and truly on our way to 4,000. It's just not that special anymore. I used to be enthusiastic during Comm days and just be like, yes! Every shiny was just like, yeah, we got another. Now it's just like, catch it, continue on. So yeah, it's another thing that's just leading to the decline of the game. It's just nothing Nothing is fresh anymore. There's no interest in anything that happens. Gotta try and click on as many of these as possible while there's still a small amount of spawns, because I'm pretty sure as we get to the corner here, there's going to be a whole bunch more that are going to pop up like that. Snipe it. There's potential in the game. You think maybe re-imaging needs to happen, make it like mainstay games, while Pokemon battles, instead of churn and burn catching, use the map and storytelling. They could do that, but it's not supposed to be that. That's the thing. Like, hey, maybe when Scopely takes over, they will decide to do something like that and change the way, like the base format of the game. But unfortunately, I can't see that happening, because this way of playing is already too well ingrained in the DNA of the game. To change it too drastically, I think would just make people get sick of it, because I think a lot of people play this because it doesn't have that element, because you can just catch, like keep running, catch, run, catch, run, catch, run. If people actually had to battle stuff, they may as well just stay home and just play a main series game. How is my bag full when I haven't been spinning stops? How does that work? How are we over? Again, I think it's the Ultra Balls. Let's get rid of 18 of them. Mario, how you doing? Welcome in. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd like to see a reimagining of stuff and, you know, changing stuff around, trying to add some sort of freshness to the game, but I just can't see it happening, unfortunately. It would take them a lot of work to implement changes like that. And I don't think that the company taking it over cares enough to do that sort of thing. They just want to take the game from Niantic as an investment to add to their portfolio of games that they've already got. And they'll make their money back off of it, I'm sure. Like $3.5 billion in the grand scheme of things for a company like that isn't really a lot. So, yeah. I really can't see things changing for the better. I think things are going to stay pretty much the way that they are, and it'll attract people that haven't played it before, and they'll play it for a bit and they'll get sick of it, and they'll but I think the game's just never going to be what it used to be, no matter what changes that they try and make to it. And Niantic know that. Niantic know that they've milked this cow dry, and that's why they decided that, okay, it's time to just dust our hands of it. We'll give it to somebody else and they can do with it whatever they want. We've had enough. We don't like the community. We've proved that time and time again that we don't really care about the community. They're just been a wallet for us, basically, to fund our other projects. Alright, that is shiny 17. Here I am. I feel like this is what happens every stream. We just get into a conversation about Niantic and it just becomes... it just sounds like I'm complaining all the time. I'm just seeing it how it is, sort of thing. Or how I see it. Oh, God. Alright, almost 3:30, so we're almost halfway through. Still got an hour and a half to go. That was a long hour and a half. Why are we going to do this again? We've already got enough shinies. Can I go home? Alright. let's get back into it. If I sit down for too long, I'm not going to want to get up again. Ow, my knee. Ugh. "13 shinies." You always seem to get a shiny like just after I get one. I suppose I should probably put some eggs on now too. Since we do have quarter hatch distance, may as well take advantage of it. Alright, they should all hatch before we end this lap. You don't like playing Pokemon Go with augmented reality? No. No, it takes too much battery power and all that sort of stuff. And because I'm streaming, it doesn't work well when you're streaming. It's a gimmick. Long to do catches and all that sort of stuff. I'm happy just playing it this way. I think most people are happy playing the game this way. Alright, so for our last stage of the quest, we need to send 3 gifts with stickers to your friends, earn 3 hearts with your buddy, transfer 25 Pokemon, evolve 5, power up Pokemon 20 times. That's the one that I hate. I feel like that it was just such a waste of Stardust. Cool, give us the power up quest, but 20 times is way too much. It should earn 10 at max and earn 15,000 XP. Alright, let's start off with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So actually, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Alright, there we go. There's the transfers done. We'll do some junk evolves. Now in April comes a Halloween event and it gets good. Wait, we're getting a Halloween event in April? Wait, but it's May. What? Wait, that's good. Wait, what are you talking about, Mario? It's alright. It's a waste of candy, but it's all good. Because usually the Halloween events are in October because that's where Halloween is. But the one thing that irks me about the game is the Pokemon to do things to evolve them, like catching 20 dragon types. Yeah, For instance, during today's Comm Day, this is what this is like. So we need to adventure together to do an evolve, but you need to walk at 1 kilometer. So they've lowered the task that you actually need to do to just 1 kilometer, so you can get them done during the Comm Day hours. But they know that people aren't going to be able to get many done in that time, so they've increased the time that we've got to get the special move on it until the 18th. So we've got a week to try and evolve as many of these as we want for the special move, or with the special move. They should just remove it. Just, okay, for the Comm Day, don't worry about having to do the extra things, just evolve it. Just use candy, you're done. That would be so much better than... Like, I understand there are some Pokemon in the main series game which do require you to do more than just get it to a certain XP level. You know, you need to use an evolve item, or you need to, you know, do some sort of task to get it to evolve. Too much of that in Pokemon Go just does get a little bit annoying, because, as you said, a lot of the tasks can be catch 20 dragon types, or do this or do that. But how often outside of events where it's featuring dragon types do you come across actual dragon type Pokemon to be able to do those evolves? So some of them are a little bit unrealistic. Oh, alright, it is officially 3:30, so we are halfway done. Oh my god, I can't stop yawning. I really need to sleep tonight. Hey, up to 15 shinies now. Nice. See what happens when I ramble and don't actually catch Pokemon? You get to catch up. Starting to cool off a little bit now that the sun is starting to drop down a little bit. Still quite nice, but yeah, you can definitely feel that it's dropped a couple of degrees. I think also something that's contributed to me being a little bit flat today is the fact that I did leg day the other day. And so my legs are just sore. Like, oh, man. I did leg day and then went and saw my friend after work, and we walked around doing some shopping and stuff like that for a couple of hours, and then went out and did some stuff. And it's just like, ugh, my legs. As I said, the last couple of days have just been hectic, no sleep. I'm tired. I'm going out again tomorrow. I'm going to the museum tomorrow. So I gotta be up early again. So yeah, tonight I really gotta try and get some sleep. For the love of everything proper, I need to get sleep tonight. But yeah, see, this is something else. It's like Comm days have dropped off a lot, because again, during previous years, even this time last year, Comm days were a relatively big draw. You'd have a decent amount of people in the chat chatting and all that sort of stuff. It's another thing that's dropped off. So the state of the streams that I've noticed over the past 6 months or so, the decline in the interest in streams has sort of coincided with the drop-off of people playing the game. Because back in the good old days, we'd have enough people in here that would be able to play like the shiny click game. How many clicks it was going to take me to get to the next shiny and all that sort of stuff. And just can't do that stuff anymore. There's just nobody around. Sad. But I also mentioned it on a semi-regular basis. Look at all the PokeTubers, for instance. They make content very rarely for the game these days as well. They've all sort of moved on to other things. Drop a Pogo video every now and again. Alright, what do we still need to do? 3 gifts with friends. Yeah, 3 gifts with stickers, rather. 3 hearts. And then power up, and that's pretty much it. So we'll play with our little derpy Wurple. You remember back in 2017, community days, everyone walking around on their phones. You could tell who was playing by them by the throwing. Yeah, the excellent and the excitement and camaraderie was pretty cool. Yeah, I really miss that too. Like pre-COVID, the game was still fairly good. Around here, as you can see, we've got stops all the way down this path that I'm on, and it goes all the way down for like a couple of kilometers just past where the end of the trail is. Every single one of these Pokestops would be lured. There'd be people walking up and down this trail, like people driving, like pulling over to all the stops and just pulling out, pulling over, pulling out, pulling over. Yeah, I seem to be the only person that's still down here on a monthly basis for comm days and stuff. Occasionally I'll see somebody else down here, or like 1 or 2 people together playing the game, but very rarely. Yeah, we had a little raid group that would get together. A couple of us would come out for comm days and just walk down the trail with each other, having a chat, playing the game, all that sort of stuff. Just, yeah. Unfortunately, it's just a thing of the past. Sad, just because, you know, I met some pretty cool people through playing Pokemon Go, but we just never see each other anymore just because everybody's sort of gone their separate ways. You know, some people had families, other people have got jobs, all that sort of stuff, and families, so they just don't have the time to sort of do those catch-ups. And it was Pokemon Go that gave us that chance to get together on a daily basis, because somebody would post, oh, let's go do a raid, and we'd get together and chat for 15-20 minutes. Go and do, you know, a couple of raids. Like, we'd all meet up for the first raid, and then somebody would look and be like, oh, there's another raid hatching in like 10 minutes, do you want to do that one? And people would be like, oh yeah, and so we'd all race off to the next raid as well. Just, yeah, doesn't happen anymore. And it also didn't matter what the weather was like. It could be the middle of winter, freezing cold, and we'd still be able to get a group of people that were out and about. Another shiny. How you doing, Lucas? Welcome in. As you can see, we're still smashing through the shinies. Yeah, nothing will beat 2016, 2017, and even 2018 Pokemon Go. 2019 wasn't too bad, but that's when you started to sort of see it drop off. And then since COVID, that's just been a steady drop off. Three goals behind already. What? Great Geelong's 3 goals behind GWS. It's alright, there's still plenty of time. It is GWS. They're not playing the greatest this year. And they do have a tendency of not finishing games well. Yeah, it seems like they're not really good at running out games, and I think I clicked on. Yeah. Oh, it was that one. Alrighty, cool. Let's continue. The Discord groups are cool in your area. Play the game, have lunch. I'll go to. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we had a good group of people around here as well that would just get together and hang out, and we'd always do comm days together and raids, and yeah, one of the people that I met through the game went to there were a couple sort of thing. They invited me to their home warming party when they had got their new house and stuff. Invited a couple of the guys to my birthday a few years back, so we sat around and had a barbecue at my house. One of the guys that I also met playing the game actually came around and helped me fix my car. When I was working on my car, we spent a couple of days changing the suspension and stuff around on my car. Okay, so yeah, Geelong's behind. As I said, it's only the first quarter, yeah? There's still plenty of time to catch up. And yeah, GWS aren't really good at finishing out games. They seem to falter towards the end. They gas themselves out because they're a running team. And honestly, their midfield isn't the best. They haven't got a lot of midfield depth. So if you can get on top of them in the midfield, you can usually break them. They like to launch from their back line. Sebastian, how you doing? Welcome in. Wait, have I already hatched an egg? Okay, I hatched a Litleo. Pretty crappy Litleo. And also you're doing stress. Why are you stressed, Sebastian? Because you found a shiny and you have no Pokeballs. Do you have gifts that you can open up from people? Because if you can open up gifts, yeah, hopefully that'll get you some Pokeballs. Because if you're lucky enough, you'll be able to click off with a shiny and it won't despawn on you. It'll still be there, hopefully. Sometimes they can despawn. If the timer on the spawn disappears, then the Pokemon will disappear. But you can run from stuff and it'll still be there when you click on it again, sort of thing. So yeah, hopefully you'll have enough time to click off the shiny, open a gift, get some Pokeballs, click back on it and catch it. So you're asking if I can... Dude, I don't have any room on my friends list right now, sorry. Maybe one of the other guys in the chat might be able to add you. But yeah, I am running really low on... Because I have to add people for raid hours and raid days and stuff like that. And I tend to cycle through, so I don't think I can add anybody right now. But if there is... Okay, there you go. Negan will help you out, Sebastian. Thank you, Negan. So yeah, if you add her, Sebastian, she'll send you a gift. So you can open it up and... I can't see the sun. What are we still doing? There's 3 gifts. Getting power up. Cool. That's the only things we still need to do. Why is my friends list not loading? There we go. Wait, let's see if we can find Andrew, because Andrew's hopefully... No. Obviously not playing the game much since he's in New York. That's disappointing. Should be sending me gifts from New York. One done. So this is what I mean. This is why I hate sending gifts, because this is such a slow system. It's so laggy. Alright, 2 gifts. Someone to... No. Yeah, fingers crossed you don't lose your shiny, Sebastian, because that would suck. Good thing is a lot of the timers have half an hour to 45 minutes. You got it? Nice, dude. Well done. Well done. Last thing that you want to do is lose a shiny because you've got no Pokeballs. That's why I always try and tend to have at least, 5 or 6 Pokeballs or 5 to 10 Pokeballs left in my storage, just in case. Lilith versus Doomslayer, thoughts? Wait, what? I have not seen this. Is it a thing on YouTube, or is it just a random question, or... And are you talking about Lilith from Diablo 3? Is that the character I'm thinking of? I didn't play Diablo 3, I just remember... Isn't that the name of the demon lady from... I have seen that there's a Doomslayer versus Master Chief thing on YouTube. Just asking, lol, yeah, okay, Lilith. See, that's the thing. It's like, I've never played through Diablo 3, so I don't know the powers of Lilith, so... I don't know, man, I don't know. Think she's the mother of demons. Well... My thoughts on that would be, from what I've seen from the Doom Dark Ages trailer, is you're going to be versing Cthulhu and taking on, like, the King of Hell. Somehow I think the Doomslayer's got this. Like, if the Doomslayer can, take it up to the cosmic horror of Cthulhu. Go on, Cthulhu rules. Yeah, Cthulhu is cool, but it's in Doom. Because you're going into like the like cosmic horror realms and stuff like that in Doom Dark Ages. So there is Cthulhu's in it, and the Doomslayer's gonna kick Cthulhu's ass. So it's like, yeah, I think when you're doing that sort of thing, there's not really much that can stop the Slayer. He was a weapon that was made to eviscerate demons. So, Queen of Demons, King of Hell, it's all the same thing. Slayer don't care. You got a shiny mature? Nice, dude. Well done, Sebastian. He got sent to hell in Dark Ages. Who? Cthulhu? Or... No, that's what, like, the King of Hell is, like, the main protagonist of Doom Dark Ages. So he's going to war with the humans, and the Slayer is the weapon that was created by the makers. But he's chained to them, which is explored in Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal is when you're breaking free from the makers. But yeah, Dark Ages is supposed to be like the Genesis story for the Slayer. The Khan makers. You got 50 shiny Pawmis. Dude, well done. I am sitting on... what is it? 6, 12, 18, 19. We got 19 shinies so far, so... it's good. I don't really need too many more, so I'm not... I don't need 50. I got 44 shinies last Comm Day. I don't need 50. 50 is way too much of a single Pokemon to get shinies. It just takes up too much storage space. I hate it. I hate having to devote that much storage space because I don't transfer my shinies. So I'm happy to go home with less shinies. The Slayer did Earth send him down to hell to take them on. But I think the Dark Ages is supposed to be he's defending actual Earth because hell has risen. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to take over the world. Okay, what do we still need to do? I think it's just the XP, power up. Man, I hate having to waste Stardust like this. Alright, 4-star. 4-star. Suppose we can power up Reshiram. Do we really want to power it up 20 times though? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I mean, it's going to cost me 89,000 Stardust. Sure. Let's do it. Let's do it. I've still got nearly 23 million Stardust, so it's not really an issue, but that's okay. Worth powering up something decent. Sweet. Alright, that is the end of this research done. So we're finished with that. We've still got Little bit over an hour left. Which location do I play in? I'm in Australia, anime fan. Wish you got... honestly, we used to. We've been discussing that for like the last hour about how just the hype just isn't there anymore. Really wish we could get as hyped as we used to for Comm days and, you know, just Pokemon Go in general, but unfortunately, those days are gone. You've been watching Pokemon since you were like 4. See, Pokemon came out when I was... Wait, 96 is when Pokemon released, yeah. Did it start in Australia in 96 though? I don't know if the series... I think this might have been 97 or 98. So it would have been 10 or 11 when Pokemon Go first... Or when Pokemon first came out, I should say. But honestly, I don't really watch the series anymore. Haven't watched it in years. More of a game player than a series watcher for Pokemon. You're up to 17 shinies. You've caught right up, Negan. I spent too much time doing other things and not catching shinies. You're playing South Park. So was I. Not GTA 5, because I mean, when GTA 5 came out, I was... Wait, it's 10 years ago? Would have been what, 26-ish, 26, 27 years old. Wait, yeah, it's been 12 years since Pokemon, since, oh my god, GTA 5 came out. Am I correct? So yeah, it would have been like 26, I think. Cherish being a kid, yes. Yeah, it doesn't last as long as you think it does. I still remember being an innocent little kiddie. And then the world corrupted me. Here I am today. The degenerate catching Pokemon. Hey, a shiny. Nice. That might be our last one for this hour. I was definitely playing GTA 1 and 2 back in those days when I was like that age. The old school bird's eye view one from the top. And then when GTA 3 came out, that was just a game changer. That was just like, wow, what is this game? This is amazing. I would have been probably 14 or 15 around that time, I think, when GTA 3 came out. Eggy. See if this one will hatch anything better. No. Why not? Why do you not hatch better? Need for Speed on the PS2 was... Nah, man, I played Need for Speed on PS1. Need for Speed 1 and 2. And I think Hot Pursuit. Those were the good old days. Games were a lot more simplistic back in those days. So one of the biggest issues that happened with gaming is games used to just be fun because they were what they were. Graphics weren't that great. You know, there was a jump in things from like the old Nintendos and Segas and stuff like that into like PS. But then, yeah, things just sort of stayed the way that they were for a while. There was a bit of a graphic enhancement from like PlayStation 1 to PlayStation 2 and so on. But games were just good. They were just fun games. You didn't too much graphic wise. These days it's just stupid. so many people were just like, no, I can't play this game unless it's got like AAA graphics. It turns out to be the worst game that's ever been made. That's just dog shit story and all that sort of stuff. But they're like, oh no, it's great graphics. A lot of people think graphics makes the game, where it's just like, graphics are cool and all, but it detracts from story. Too many AAA companies just try and pump out the best looking games possible, but put no substance behind the story and the actual gameplay and all that sort of stuff. So we keep getting games that are just crap. Too many games get released these days that just aren't good. And a lot of these big AAA companies like EA, Ubisoft, all that sort of stuff just can't seem to grasp the concept that making games isn't just about how good the game looks. There's got to be some substance behind it as well to actually make it a good game. And also, stop rinse and repeating games. That is one of the things that annoys me. They find a formula that works and then they just keep running with it. Perfect example, Creed games. They should have stopped making them back after Black Flag. Black Flag was like the last pretty good Assassin's Creed game. Supposedly Origins and what's the other one? Odyssey are pretty good, but then they're like rare ones out of. It just gets too repetitive. It's just the same game over again. It's just a different setting, and it just gets boring. And look at Call of Duty games, for instance. Same game every year just gets released. Any sports game, like Y2K, like NBA, Y2K and all that sort of stuff. Same game. They just change the roster, tweak the graphics a little bit, and then they can release a whole new game and charge people $80 for it. And it's just like, it's the same game from last year. Nothing has changed. Jimmy used to have a Game Boy. I did. I had an old school Game Boy. One of the see-through ones. Still got it at home. I just smashed the crystal screen with my forehead. Because I was an angry child that got angry at video games. So I used to headbutt my Game Boy when I would die in Donkey Kong. So at one point, I smashed the screen with my forehead. Good times. How's the day been in Australia? It's been good. It's been a really nice day today. Unseasonably warm for this time of year, so it's like 24 degrees. So very, very nice. Very much enjoying today's weather. Perfect day to be out doing a comm day. That's for sure. Alright, so it has just hit 4 o'clock, guys. So we have 1 hour to go. I don't know, this comm day seems to have just dragged a little bit. I think it's just because I'm tired. So this last 3 hours has just felt longer than 3 hours because we've still got an hour to go. Like, oh man, it's only been 2 hours. It's 21 here and sunny. Yeah, it's just, like I said, it's been unseasonably warm in parts of Australia over the last few weeks. Leading into winter, it's just like, it shouldn't be this warm. I think we're going to have a fairly mild winter this year, where it's just not going to be as cold as it has in previous years. It will still get cold nights and stuff. Like the nights are still degrees or something like that, which is fairly chilly. But yeah, just during the day we're getting nice days, which I won't complain with. 23 at the moment here, but our nights, yeah. So I basically just said the same thing, James, without reading your chat. She's like, yeah, the days are nice, nights are cold. Sebastian, I said, like, it's been nice today, dude. It's been very nice. The weather is nice. 24 degrees. Shiny. Alright, first shiny of the last hour. Freezing yesterday, and it was nice here yesterday. Wasn't as warm as today. It was only like 21 degrees, I think, but it was still a nice day. Only 4 points behind now, fourth quarter. See, I told you it'd be alright. Yeah, GWS just aren't as good as they have been in previous years. This year, I think a lot of their players are just getting a bit old. And yeah, I mean, look at Toby Green and stuff like that. He's not an old player, but he's definitely getting, you know, closer to the end of his career than the start of it. Cam Ward, a few other of their players. I think Callan Ward's like their oldest player that's playing for GWS, because he played for the Bulldogs for a few years before he went to GWS. They lured him there because they gave him the captaincy. They're like, you come play for GWS, we'll give you millions of dollars and let you be the captain. So he went. It was just a shame, just because Callum Ward's always been a good player. You'll keep it. It's supposed to be warm over the next few days, I think, as well. Let's have a look. What's the weather going to be like? Yeah, 23 degrees here right now. Dropping down. And supposedly we're going to get rain at 5 p.m. I don't know where that's coming from. But, okay. Yeah, 24 today, 23 tomorrow, 23 on Tuesday, 20, 18, and then down to 40 next Saturday. So it's a bit of a drop, 10 degrees from today until next Saturday. But yeah, it's going to be 23 degrees tomorrow again, which is good because, like I said, I'm pretty sure I'm going out. Going to go to the museum. It's the first time that I've been to Melbourne Museum since it was in its old location, which was when I was a kid. My parents took me to the museum on the last day that it was open before they shut it down and relocated it, and it took them like 5 years to relocate because they had to build the new museum building and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, haven't been back there since, and I probably would have been 8 years old at the time. So yeah, it's been like, what, 30 years since I've last been to the museum. Gonna rain here every day for the next 5 days. Well, I'm glad that I'm not in Sydney. Dominator, how you doing? Welcome in. How are you doing today? Unfortunately, I haven't timed this the greatest because we're almost finished this lap, but by the time I do get back to the car, it's probably going to be like 20 past, which still leaves us with 40 minutes. So I'm going to have to start walking quicker so I can get another lap before the end of the day. I think now that I finished the research, it's going to be a little bit quicker because we're just shiny checking now rather than having to actually catch. Do I have any shundos? Not from today, no. Got a couple of decent IV shinies, but no shundos. You're up to 19 shinies. Alright, so that is our last catch from the research. Another background. This one is terrible, just like the other one. Well, that sucks, but okay. So yeah, it is now 4:08. We are sitting on 6, 12, 18, 24. We got 24 shiny Pawmies. I made an estimate of 27 at the start of the day, but given that we've got 50 minutes left, I think we can get more than 3. So I don't know, I reckon we could probably get 30. So we gotta get like 6 more to get to 30. I reckon that's obtainable. What do you guys reckon? How many do you think we'll finish off with for the day? Where are you in front now? 32 points. Oh, sorry, you were 32 shinies. Is how many you think I'm going to get? I was like, wait, what? Oh, yeah, that makes more sense then. Wait, did an apple and spawn? Oh, it did. I noticed that this happened during Comm Day last month as well. In the last hour, about 10 minutes into the last hour, we started to see Applin pop up. So it might be a feature that they're now adding to Comm Days where Applins will spawn in the last hour. Because I haven't seen a single one for the rest of the day. Dominic, you want to see my Shundo collection? I don't have many. But I can show you them. So yeah, I've only got 4. We got a Zekrom recently. That was leading up to Unova Tour. Decidueye from Decidueye Raid Day. Shanus, which was a wild spawn. And Melotic, which was from Research. You had like 30 Applins today. No best buddies. Not for the... I don't really do the friendship stuff. Like the buddies. I try to, but I'm just not... I don't stay up with it. I don't keep going with it for long enough, so I don't have many best buddies. Yeah, it's just one of those things. My ADHD, unless I'm getting a payoff from it, pretty much straight away, it's very hard for me to be motivated to do stuff. I need instant payoffs, otherwise I'm just getting bored of it. I'm like, this takes too long. I can't be bothered. It's why I never send gifts to people either in the game, because that takes too long as well. I'm like, I don't have the patience for this. You have 33 Shundos and all best buddies in level 50. That's some dedication, dude. I'll give it to you. I've got a bunch of like 98% shinies and stuff like that. So once they introduce bottle caps, I will have more Shundos that I'll be able to add to my collection. But yeah, I just don't put enough effort in these days. I used to be a hardcore player, but I'm more casual these days. Just because the game just doesn't motivate me the way that it used to. Again, ADHD. Once the dopamine isn't there anymore, it's very hard to be motivated to play the game, and there is just a shirt hanging off this tree for some reason. Just a singlet top. Somebody's just hanging it off the tree. Sebastian, you're asking me how my day is? Haven't I already told you how my day is going? Or you're asking how Dominator's day is going? You have too many 98% shinies, and you'll be getting Shundos. Yeah. Yeah, the amount of like 98, 96% shinies that I've got it'll definitely increase the amount of shundos that I end up having. It just depends on how rare they make bottle caps when they introduce them. Yeah, but have you noticed how they're adding all these features that people have been asking for ages? Remote raid passes that you can use on both shadow raids and the raid dens, the Gigantamax dens, distance trading, all these things, because it seems like they're trying to save a sinking ship. Why suddenly add all this stuff that the community's been begging for years and years and years and years, just all of a sudden, all at the same time? Hey, okay, there is the first one of the shinies. Anyway, you finish with your comm day. You'll see if you hit 90 shinies, because you're sitting at 78, maybe 90 today. Nice, dude. Good luck. One thing that'll never be added to the game, unfortunately, because you can't do that in the main series game either. You can't just throw eggs away. Once you've got an egg, you have to hatch it or trade it away. So yeah, if it's not in the main series game, I can't see them adding it to Pokemon Go. And because it is a way for them to make people spend money to buy incubators and stuff, so they're not going to want people to throw the eggs away. Because their way of thinking will be like, if you want to hatch this egg faster, just buy an incubator. Because essentially, eggs are loot boxes in Pokemon Go. Kind of not fair for that. Niantic doesn't really care. Like any game like this, they don't really care about free-to-play players, because they need to make money. So they're going to cater to people that are paying for the game. But yeah, that's just what happens when you got freemium games. You're free to play, but yeah, not everybody can do that though. Not everybody is lucky enough to be able to get drift on their phone. For instance, my S20 doesn't really drift around at all because the GPS is pretty accurate. The S8 that I use for chat, that I used to use to play the game, that had really good drift. But newer phones have less drift on them. Oh, defit, sorry. I thought, for some reason, I just thought you misspelled drift. Yeah, GPS drift is still something that you can use as well. But yeah, you can get walking apps and stuff. Or you can get the cradles that you can stick your phone in. How much XP do I have? I have... Hang on, just let me shiny check. This dude, since it's an incense spawn, I have... 360, oh my god, my brain is not working. 46,344,542. That took a few tries. You have 570. Yeah, see, I don't catch stuff for the most part. I'm gonna have so much more XP, but I just shiny hunt these days. I'm just a shiny hunter. So as you can see, if it ain't shiny, I ain't catching it. Again, my ADHD brain, I don't have the patience to catch every single thing that pops onto my screen. And I'm in no hurry to get to level 50 as well. I could easily be there. I was on level 46 for over a year, and it was just because I had to power up 3 Pokemon to their maximum level. I had like half a dozen Pokemon that I could have done it to, just didn't want to. Again, ADHD brain. I had no motivation to do it. My brain just kept telling me, nah, you don't have to do it, so I just didn't do it. ADHD makes you do funny things. Very logical things. You have 17k candy for Pawmi. I do not. I am lucky to have 1000k. Great. Oh, you're on 475 million. Nice. I mean, for you guys that grind the game, like, well done. Like, well done. Grinding all those levels and stuff. I'm not trying to detract away from your accomplishments. I'm just, yeah, I just really can't be bothered. I've had no real desire to try and be, the greatest at it. Top level, all that sort of stuff. Grinding XP. As I said, I'm a shiny hunter. That's my main goal in the game, just to grind shinies. Hence why I have nearly 4,000 of the things. Being 50 for 3 Christmases. You got level 50 4 days after Fleece did. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. It's like, there are people out there like you guys which have grinded to get there as quickly as possible. Like, yeah. I've never wanted to put myself through that. I got other things going on in life that I prioritize over playing the game, sort of thing, so I just never really worried about it. But again, I'm not trying to detract from you guys. Like, well done for your accomplishments and all that sort of stuff. Keep smashing it. Be right back. No worries, dude. Excellent curveballs. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Like, anything that's going to get you more XP is definitely going to help. I'd like to know how much XP that I would have if I actually caught everything that I've ever clicked on. Yep. Back. And same with Stardust. The amount of Stardust that I could have if I clicked on, like, caught everything that I ever clicked on. But I'm content with my nearly 23 million Stardust. If I'm not spending on things, I don't really see a point of trying to stockpile more than what I've got. I only ever really use it when I'm powering up stuff for quests, or if I'm trying to get PvP Pokemon set up, which I don't really do much of them anymore myself. I used to, because I used to do all the Sylph League tournaments when they were out. But yeah, don't really do them anymore, and I'm not really too big in PvP, like, in general. Do a little bit of PvP with you guys in chat from time to time, but that's about it. As I said, I've become a more casual player, which I'm happy with. I've always been like the proponent of, you play the game how you want to play it, sort of thing. If you want to grind and be the best at everything and have the most of everything, like, cool. If you want to shiny hunt, cool. If you want to, like, be a PvPer, cool. Like, there's so many different play styles for the game. Alright, I'm still not walking as fast. We got like half an hour left. I'm sort of getting back to the car. But I mean, I suppose if I walk really quickly, I can get another lap around here done in half an hour. But I don't really want to. I've already walked like 4 kilometers today. I think I'm pretty done with that given my lack of sleep over the last few days. And the amount of walking that I've done, among other things. And the fact that I got to walk around the museum tomorrow. Did I mention that I did leg day? Yes, maybe. Anyway, we got another shiny. So how many is that now? Yeah, I think another thing that stops me from doing a lot of catching is the fact, because when I'm streaming, I'm carrying 2 phones. So it makes it very difficult to do quick catches. So just to save me time, I'm only catching the stuff that I want to catch rather than catching everything. Hey, that's not what I want to click on. You. Thank you. Once we hit luckies, we're definitely trading 100%. You want to hope that they actually add the distance trades, because that'll make it very difficult. I've got so many people that I could do distance trades with that I'm lucky friends with, like Tef and stuff like that. I've been lucky friends with her for ages, and I've just never been able to trade because she's in Canada. I'm in Australia. Damn, dude, I never went 10, so I don't know what you're talking. You do remember my age, yes? All these shows came out way after I was a child and would have watched them. When that show came out, I'm pretty sure I was already in my mid-teens. So I'll just take your word for it. Cool, I'll become forearms. I think they are. Lifting said that they had a code for it, but you need a certain thing, I think. Oh, so you need like a special item for it. So sort of like the lucky trinket. We're like a trading trinket or something like that. You can definitely start to feel it cooling off. In the last hour, it's probably dropped, 4 degrees or something. Have I done 25 lucky trades? I am pretty sure I have. Why have we got Scorvo? Oh, it's cooling off here too. Yeah, as soon as the sun starts to go down, it starts to drop. It's still nice, don't get me wrong, it's still, like I said, probably about 20 degrees, but you can definitely feel it. It's dropped a couple of degrees from what it was before. Cloudy and getting colder. You can definitely see that the clouds are starting to build up here, but I still don't know where this rain's coming from that they predicted. said it's got a 59% chance of happening. So it's more than half of a chance. Alright, we're back in the car with half an hour to go. So, what I might do is continue walking down and just walk halfway down the trail instead of doing like another full lap. Just walk down and then just walk back. Because that'll probably fill our last half an hour in. We'll see how many more shinies we can get from that. I am pretty happy with whatever we get, honestly. Throat's getting a little bit scratchy. I think it's just dehydration. Alright. Oh, I don't want to get up again. I don't want to have to continue walking. I'm too tired. Oh my god. Alright. One final push. How many shinies? Let's have a look. Let's have a look-see. We have 6, 12, 18, 24, 29. 29 shinies. And we still got half an hour left. So, chances are we're going to get over the 30. Hatched another something. Oh, I hatched a Charcadet. A very horrible Charcadet. Another Charcadet, which is not great either. They would have come from my 10k eggs, yeah. So did I hatch anything else? Or? Yeah, I hatched all. I don't like how they've done this. A lot of the hatch animations just get skipped these days because you're doing something else. Whereas then they always used to pop up after you'd finished doing something, but it just skips them now. So I'm constantly missing hatches. What else did I hatch? Oh, a Larvesta. A Sork, 2 Kamalas, a Togedemaru, a Crab Crawler, and a Larvesta. So Sork is, yeah, Kamalas, Crab Crawler's bad. Larvesta isn't great, and that's not great either. Togedemaru is not bad. Could be shiny though. Okie dokie, let's continue on. Rocks in my shoe. Stones. I want stones in my shoe. It's uncomfortable. Jimmy's ready for bed. I'm not sure if I clicked on that one or not, so we'll double check it just in case. I feel like my conversation has also dropped off in this last little bit. The fatigue has kicked in very much. It's very hard to stay active. It's hard enough walking and concentrating on the game, let alone making conversation with you guys. So I apologize for my lack of talking. Ask me some questions. What do you want to know, guys? Who's my favorite artist? As in, what sort of art are we talking about? Music, actual painting, or something like that? Or because that question can be answered in many ways. Music. I don't know. It depends on what genre we're talking about. Just because I have favorite artists from like different genres, I wouldn't say that I have any specific favorite artist. But I could take artists from different genres and be like, okay, this is my favorite artist from this genre, or this is my favorite artist from that genre. I mean, my two main types of music that I would listen to are, like metal and stuff like that, and then like hip hop. So if we're talking metal, I'd probably say Comm, but Deftones is definitely a close second. And then with hip hop, I would probably say Vinnie Paz, but then also Ill Bill are probably my two favorite hip hop artists. It was Ill Bill for a long time, but I don't know. I think Vinnie Paz might have him pegged these days. Both beasts on the mic. Metal A7X. Eminem the best. Two main, like, don't get me wrong, like Eminem was always sort of like one of my favorites growing up and stuff. And I've got nothing against him. Great artist. Got most of his CDs, all that sort of stuff. Most of his albums, I should say. I'm back. That's when you can tell my age, when I'm like, I've got CDs. Yeah, I don't know. I've just gone more underground these days. And yeah, it's just very mainstream, which there's nothing wrong with. It's just I prefer a bit more underground hip-hop than mainstream these days. So yeah, people like Vinnie Paz, Ill Bill, Immortal Technique and stuff like that. The Rugged Man. I mean, two of my favorite hip-hop groups, Jedi Mind Tricks and Army of the Pharaohs, and Vinnie Paz is in both of those groups. But I'm also a big Wu-Tang fan. Have been since basically the beginning. Like Wu-Tang, Cypress Hill, all of that jazz as well. That's what I grew up on. I've seen both of them in concert as well, Cypress Hill and Wu-Tang. Great man once said, money rules everything around me. Cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar, dollar bill, y'all. What else do we want to know? What are some other interesting questions that you can ask me that you may not know, that you may want to have answered, that are within reason? Oh no, it's fine. I've just been doing a lot of question answering recently. What me and my friend do when we've sort of run out of just regular conversation, we just sort of ask each other random questions. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of question answering lately, so it's just something that came to mind. How we can fill the conversation void, because I'm tired and I can't keep the conversation going. Hey, #1 rank. Would Jimmy get cells put in him? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Cells as in, like, brain cells, stem cells, prison cells, Cell from Dragon Ball Z. Hey Evolution, how you doing? Good to see you. Long time no see. Stem cell, okay. That's what, like, I thought that's what you meant, sort of thing. That's why I just went through the list, though, because I was like, there's a lot of different types of cells. Stem cells. I mean, it depends on what they're needed for. I mean, I'm not against them. I'm not a religious person, so I have no reason to be like, oh no, can't touch that. It's like, if science thinks that they work well and they need them for some particular reason, I don't see a reason why not. How many women am I seeing? Okay. One properly, sort of thing. One that I've been spending quite a bit of time with recently. There is another chick that I'm talking to, but I haven't met her yet. But she's still pretty keen to meet. We just live a bit of a distance apart, so it just becomes a matter of when that's going to happen. There's another chick that I've been talking to for months and months and months and months, but I just haven't met up with her. Hopefully we'll get a chance at some point. And there is another chick that I'm sort of speaking to on Snapchat. But I don't know where that's going, just because she doesn't really answer questions. She gives me like one-word answers and stuff like that, and she's just got a weird personality sort of thing where she's very quiet, doesn't really contribute to conversations, and it makes it very hard to get to know her in any sort of way. So anywhere between 1 and 4, depending on what your definition of seeing is. Hope that answers your question. Is Jimmy's type blondes or goths? Goths all the way. Don't get me wrong, blondes are fun, but I'll take my dark, mentally disturbed women any. Chicks with mental issues. For the win. I think that just stems from my ADHD and stuff like that. Things have got to be tumultuous, otherwise it's just not interesting. So the more drama, the better off, I think, which is very toxic. It's not a great way of looking at relationships, but unfortunately, comfortable just doesn't sit well with me. Comfortable is boring. What other questions do we want answered? $28 shinies, nice. Okay, we're getting pretty close to the point where I can probably turn around and start walking back to the car. Unfortunately, I think if I do that, I'm not going to get many more shinies, because most of the things that I'll click on the way back to the car are things that I've probably already clicked on. But we'll do a quick shiny count in a second. Just a little guy. He's just a little guy. Just a little guy. Shiny. Okay, so 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 31. So we're on 31 shinies. We got, well, 32 shinies, I should say. 32 shinies with 50 minutes to go. I guess I can keep walking until the corner up here. Instead of walking all the way back around, we'll just wander back because it'll probably only be like 5 or so minutes left by the time I get up there. Come on, surely you guys have got some more... Okay, 43. Yeah, surely you guys have got some more questions that you would like answered. Size 10. What else? What are some other random things? Random facts about Jimmy. That was the first... I was just looking at my shoes. It was the first thing that came to my mind. Now I can't think of anything else. Hey, okay. Possible PvP one. Not that I think that this is going to be any decent for PvP in any way, shape, or form. How many dudes? 0. That is not something that Jimmy partakes in. Only the ladies. Wait, 35 shinies now? 34, 35? Yeah, whatever it is. Was Jimmy in? Why are these all romantic questions? Surely there's other things that you guys want to know rather than my love life from any aspect of my living life. Any stage of my life. It's just like, what were you? Yes. Yes, I have been. But I mean, isn't any kid like that, like younger dude, gonna have crushes on older women? I mean, it's just... Isn't it the same thing for girls? Young girls will crush on older guys just because celebrities and all that sort of stuff. You're into a friend's older sister. She was a blonde. Is that why you're asking me these questions? You're trying to see how much I relate to you? I mean, sure. I mean, I've got an older sister, and she had friends growing up that I probably had crushes on, sort of thing. He likes MILFs. Totally. All about them MILFs. Sorry, Evolution. What are we watching? My brain's not working well right now because I am running on fumes. Both food and sleep wise. So, if you're not specific in your chats, I'm probably going to be like, what? What are we talking about? What else? Can we get a question that isn't romantic involved? Or, you know, about... Surely there's some other questions that you guys want to answer that don't involve learning about my love life in any way, shape, or form. Alright, these questions are just... I said within reason, guys. Like, come on. We want sensible questions, not... No, I don't see a need for doing that type of thing. I mean, I appreciate the enthusiasm with the questions and stuff, but I don't think that that's... that one needs to be answered, needs to be asked, or has a reason to be done. I was thinking questions more like, what's Jimmy's favorite animal? Oh, we've already discussed, we were talking about that the other day. You guys already know. Surprisingly, that question came up again the very next night when I was talking to my friends on Discord. For some reason, we were talking about animals, and she asked me what my favorite animal that wasn't a dog or a cat was. And I said dolphins again, and she said the exact same thing that Moss the other day in, was it Raid Hour? Where she's telling me that dolphins are just like Satan spawn and they're evil, and my friend was telling me the same thing. So apparently everybody hates dolphins except for me. I don't know why. Dolphins are cool. What the hell, guys? Why do we hate dolphins? Again. Why are you guys so interested in my butt? What are these questions? No, I have not had a colonoscopy. Moving on. Jimmy's favorite game. I mean, I got favorite game series and stuff like that. That's a hard one. Because I don't think I can pick any specific one game. Because there's been so many good games. You know what? Screw it. Let's just go with Legacy of Kain. Soul Reaver. That was a very monumental game in my young life, growing up, sort of thing. PS1, PS2 series. Yeah, very much enjoyed Legacy of Kain games, which they've done remasters of recently, which was something else that I wanted to do on the channel. So yeah, I've played a lot of other really good games, and I have, like I said, favorite game series and stuff like that, but we'll just say Legacy of Kain, just because, yeah, there's just so much about those games that just enthralled me. I got very engrossed in the world of Nosgoth, and the characters and stuff in them were really cool. Alright, we are at the corner. So we'll check these last couple of spawns, and then, like I said, we're going to start turning around and wandering back to the car. Given that there's only 7 minutes left, there's no point walking all the way around to get back to the car when we can just walk back this way. Probably not going to encounter too many more shinies. Too many more shinies anyway. Do a shiny count. We are on 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 35. 35 shinies. So let's see if we can get one more in this last 6 minutes, which what I would assume will probably be an incense spawn, given that they're the only really fresh spawns that are popping up now. You're on 31. You caught right up, like right behind me when it comes to the shinies. Alright, I think we'll chuck this one on my super incubators as well. So the sun's not out anymore. I can probably take them off, and it'll probably make it a lot easier to see the screen. Oh, no. So what else you got for me, guys? What are the questions? What do we want to know? It's like Q&A time with Jimmy. Should probably be clicking on these ones as well, just in case. Even though, like I said, I'm pretty sure most of them we've already clicked on. With mods, can you add boss fight and see for what? Sorry, James. Oh, for games. Oh, you want to do it for it depends on if you can mod the game. Like Doom have always been very moddable games. Like Doom Eternal and all that sort of stuff had a whole bunch of mods for them, so I don't see why Doom Dark Ages would be any different. If you're talking like the original Doom games, yes, like they're highly moddable. But yeah, most games, like PC games and stuff like that, have mods for them these days. If you go to Nexus, like, you can find stuff for basically anything. Some games are more moddable than others, so it just depends on the tools that have been created for any said game, the popularity of the game, the modding community of the game. So games like Skyrim or any of the Elder Scrolls games, mods keep those games. Like the reason why Skyrim still gets played today is just because of the amount of mods and stuff that are available for it. It's what keeps the game sort of in the forefront, because people can just mod the hell out of it and turn it into basically a completely different game. Same with Fallout and all that sort of stuff. They're very highly moddable games. A lot of game companies these days, for instance, like Bethesda, whenever they release a game like the Elder Scrolls or Fallout or something like that, they release the modding tools with it. So you got the creation kit for the Elder Scrolls and the GEC. That's the creation kit as well now for, but it used to be called the GEC for Fallout, which is basically like the game tools that they use to actually make the game. So yeah, if you want to mod a game, my advice to you would be to just research it and just see if there's a modding community for it and what tools you can get for it. And yeah, you can usually just learn online on how to do it, follow tutorials and... Pablo, how you doing? Welcome in. Happy Community Day to you too. We are literally just about to finish ours. We have 1 minute left. So we're hoping to get at least one more shiny, but probably not going to happen, but that's all good. And yeah, guys, if you haven't already, please do smash that like button. We are sitting on 15 likes so far, so not too bad. See if we can maybe push it to 20. But I am very much looking forward to getting home and having something to eat and just being able to decompress for the rest of the night. Relax, not have to do anything else except maybe jump on Discord later. There's a high likeliness that I will end up on Discord. But I will tell my friend that we need to get up early to go to the museum tomorrow, so we can't stay up all night on Discord chatting. It's not good. Yes, game over, guys. Unfortunately, we didn't get that last shiny that we were looking for, but we still had a pretty good run. We got, what, 34 shinies for the day. Oh, wait. Yeah, wait. What was it? How many shinies did we get? Shiny and age 0. 35, yeah. 35 shiny Pawmies. So not a bad haul. It's more than I was expecting. I said I was going to get about 27. So what we ended up with, 7 or 8 more than that. So all in all, we'll call today a pretty good success. But yeah, like I said, I am looking forward to getting home and relaxing for the rest of the evening. It's been a long few days, and Jimmy needs to sleep. So yeah, I'm not sure if the eggs are going to pop up. Even if they do, I think I'm pretty much done with doing the post Comm Day raids sort of thing, just because I don't think anybody's really interested in them. Especially one like this, because I don't know about this. I don't know how viable this is going to be for raids and PvP and stuff like that, so I don't really see the point of trying to get ones that are too good. Yeah, my incense is now done as well. Getting a lot of dealings popping up. So, do we have any more questions that we want answered as we heading back to the car, guys? What else are we interested in knowing? For a second, I thought that was... I don't like the way that the lighting has changed in the game when it comes to encountering certain Pokemon at certain times of the night, because they pop up and they look like their shiny version. This is a perfect example because it's got that purplish pink tinge to it because it's getting to the evening time. What was Jimmy like in the early 2000s and favorite bird? This favorite bird question has come up recently as well. Some of these questions are this, like questions that I've answered with my friend. Favorite bird? What did I say? Hers was Kookaburra. Mine was... I think I said hornbill. I like hornbills. They're like evil looking things that will just want to... Wait, is it the hornbill? No, the hornbill is... I think it's the hornbill. Oh, there's this dinosaur looking... Oh no, wait, she's a cassowary. Yeah. Cassowaries are pretty cool too. But yeah, we'll go with hornbill, because hornbills are pretty cool. You like ravens? What was my favorite... Oh, sorry, what was I like in early 2000s? Little skater boy that listened to hip-hop and did a lot of things that he probably shouldn't have done. And... yeah. watched anime and played video games and ran around with spray cans. What else did I do? That was pretty much my early 2000 years, because they were like my early high school years as well. So yeah, we used to run around with skateboards and spray cans and listen to hip-hop music and that sort of stuff. Early 2000s total a-hole. Now I miss those times. Like early to mid 2000s. They were some good times in my life. Probably didn't really think too fond of them at the time, but looking back on them, I'm just like, nah, they're actually pretty cool. Had some good times. Met some cool people. Had some not so great times during those times as well, but as a whole, I think they were pretty cool. Definitely could have like dealt with things a little bit better, like some of the things that I didn't really start getting on top of until later in life, like my anxiety and all that sort of stuff. That was a bit of an issue back in the day. But yeah, I just wasn't really aware of anxiety and depression and all that sort of stuff. And also being an undiagnosed ADHD. Which I still am. At least I know that I've got it these days. Back in those days, I just didn't really have any concept of it. Made things difficult as well, I suppose. Things, I was probably masking a lot of the time without realizing it. But yeah, they were pretty cool. What else? What other questions we got? Hey, I'm trying to... Wait, have you... Oh, it's gone. That would be why I can't click on it. Oh, only a little bit further and I can sit down. Am I going to have kids? I don't know. That's a difficult question. I mean, when I was growing up, I always wanted to have kids. It was always a thing that was like, yeah, I want kids. I'm not against them in any way, shape or form. But the older I've got, the more I've sort of been like, do I really want to have kids? I don't think I'm mature enough to have a kid. Have a living creature that isn't a dog or a cat that relies on me to survive. It's just like, I don't know. I don't think it's not that I don't think I'd make a good parent. I just don't think I'm mature enough to go through the process of having a kid at this point. I don't know. Things change. So I wouldn't rule it out, but I have no plans of it at the moment. And plus, you've also got to have somebody that wants to have kids with you to actually have kids. So there's that whole like part of the equation as well. Dragon Ball Z fan? Yes. Dragon Ball Z was one of my favorite animes growing up. Vegeta is my favorite character. Look at all these bees. So many bees. Got a female combi. Let's catch this one. You two are hilarious. Throwing eggs at folks. I mean, I suppose that's very subjective. It's like, what some people find funny, other people are just going to find rude, but... Ugh. There we go. Oh my god, it feels good to sit down. My dogs are barking. If I had a daughter, what would I name her? I don't know. There's a couple of names I've liked over the years. But I mean, again, that's a question that sort of gets answered because it's like, well, it depends on what the person, the baby, actually wants to call the child as well. But if I had my choice, I mean, I've always liked Stephanie as a name, but at the same time, I've grown up and had crushes and relationships with girls named Stephanie before, so it's like, do I really want to name my daughter Stephanie? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's one of those questions that's like, I don't know. I'd have to go through and like shortlist a bunch of names, but that was sort of one that came to my brain. What are some other good female names that I like? Bob. I'll call her Bob. And Naya and Mia for you. Yeah, they're pretty nice names. Like I said, it depends. There's a lot of thing that goes into naming a child, so can't really think of any other names off the top, because this is stuff that I haven't really thought about, because as I said, for you to really think about this sort of stuff, you've got to think about actually having kids at some point, and as I just answered, it wasn't really something that I've put too much thought into, so yeah, hope that answers your question. Your daughter is Anna Claire and your son is James. Well, I do like the name James. Got a thing for the name James. Alright, what are we doing? We are pretty much done, I think, guys. Let's have a look. Yep, that's terrible. Alright, do we have any final questions that we want to ask before I wrap up the stream? Anything else that's been plaguing at your mind? Any curiosities that you've just wondered about? Just been like, wonder what Jimmy's thoughts are on this. Last chance to throw one out before I wrap up the stream so I can go home and have food and sleep. Water, of course. I need the water. It's good. Worst footy team. Oh, I think that's pretty easy to answer. Nobody likes Collingwood. But I can chop and change depending on my feelings and who's beaten the Bulldogs recently. And for a lot of the time growing up, I used to hate Adelaide, just because Adelaide was a team that kept the Dogs out of reaching a grand final twice during the 90s. Was it like 97, 98 or 98, 99? Can't remember the exact years. But we played Adelaide twice in those years in preliminary finals, and they beat us both. So I hated Adelaide so much because of that. But I don't really care about these. So, I mean, Collingwood's always been an easy team to be like, I hate Collingwood. But everyone hates Collingwood except for Collingwood supporters. But that's too easy. That's a cop-out. What would be my most hated team if it wasn't Collingwood? I think is a better team I don't particularly like. there's a few. I mean, it would have to be Collingwood. And there's teams that I don't like. I'm just trying to think of all the teams now. Hang on, let me bring it up. It's a good question. Let's have a look. I can easily answer this question because I can look at the... Collingwood got no idea. Carlton is yours. GWS. Ooh, GWS is up by 2 points. Alright, Collingwood, Hawthorn, Brisbane, Gold Coast, Adelaide, Geelong, Essendon, GWS, Carlton, Fremantle, St Kilda. See, I like most, like, not like, but, you know, at times there's other teams. Never been a huge fan of Fremantle. So if I was to choose a team that wasn't Collingwood, which I hate, because everyone hates Collingwood, I mean, I'll say Fremantle. Just because it's Fremantle. And they're weird. Because they're Fremantle. But yeah, I mean, West Coast, there's been times in my life where I haven't really liked West Coast. I've always had a soft spot for North Melbourne and Richmond just because people that I know have barracked for them, or North Melbourne is just similar to the Bulldogs. In a struggling team for a long time. Melbourne, yeah, I've sort of got a soft spot for them. Sydney, you know, Port Adelaide's probably another team that I'm not really big on. Yeah, St Kilda, I suppose they're okay. Carlton, not the biggest fan of Carlton. GWS, I mean, there's a big rivalry between GWS and the Bulldogs, so I could say GWS just because there's, you know, the whole Battle of the West and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, GWS is probably a team that I'm not the biggest fan of. Essendon, I mean, yeah, I'm not really a huge fan of Essendon either. Just because I grew up with people which were Essendon supporters and they were always jerks about it. Because they're like, oh, you go for the Bulldogs, it's a loser team. We go for Essendon and we win every year. And they haven't won a premiership in over 20 years now. And it makes me laugh so much. Yeah, Geelong, you know, don't really think of them in any way, shape or form. Used to like them more than I do now. I think just them winning all the time has sort of grown a bit old. So I just get a bit sick of it. I've got to go for the Bulldogs, so of course they're my... Adelaide, again, you know, that whole thing. I don't hate them these days, but, you know, I don't really care about them. Gold Coast, you know, pretty neutral when it comes to Gold Coast. It's like it is what it is in Brisbane. I got mates that have gone for, like, used to go for Fitzroy, but now go for Brisbane because it's Brisbane. And it's like, yeah, I don't really think too badly about Brisbane. Hawthorn, not the biggest fan of Hawthorn. And then, yeah, Collingwood, hate Collingwood. So that's a pretty much running list of, like, how I see teams. A lot of them are like, others are like, nah. Others like, yeah, they're okay. Very succinct, very concise. Your dad barracks for Collingwood. Every second person in Australia seems to barrack for Collingwood, and it shits me. Alright. Well, I think that's going to do us for the day, guys, because I am tired, like I said, and I would like to go home and eat food and just take it easy for the rest of the evening. So, what is it? I was going to say, is that an apple one? Alright, we'll take that. Alrighty. No steep down hooks. Nah, I don't really think I do. Why is my game being so laggy now? Dude, chill. Chill, little apple, dude. Yeah, alrighty. Oh my god, dude, what the frick? Stay on the ball. This thing has issues. There we go. Alright, what are we sitting on? 18 likes. Okay, so we're 2 likes away from 20, guys. So if you haven't already, please do hit that like button. It does help out the streams immensely, so I do appreciate it very muchly. Next stream will be on Tuesday for Spotlight Hour, and then after that, still not decided what I'm doing yet, because there is Raid Hour on Wednesday evening, but like I said, Doom Dark Ages, also the early access to it starts on Wednesday, I'm pretty sure. So it depends on what time it starts, because I'm pretty sure it's running off American time. So whenever I get access to the game depends on when I'm going to be streaming it, and then that'll also dictate whether or not I'm coming out to stream for Raid Hour on Wednesday, which is only Yuxi, so I don't really think it's going to be that popular anyway. So might be better off just sticking with Doom. I'll play it by ear, so yeah, I'll let you guys know all of this stuff on Tuesday anyway. But yeah, that pretty much does us for the evening, guys. So thank you so much for everybody that has tuned into tonight's stream, or today's stream, this evening stream, this afternoon stream. It was afternoon. Yeah, we got a lot of shinies, which was pretty good. So yeah, enjoy your morning, evening, noon, or night. Stay safe. Happy hunting. Good luck for your comm days. Hopefully you guys will get all the shinies that you're after. Yeah, that's pretty much all I can think of that I need to add to this. So until the next stream, guys, peace out. Have a good one. And yeah, I'll see you guys on Tuesday. So until then, this Slayer has been captivated. Like, ooh, shiny. Yes, the Slayer has been activated. Yeah, cool. See you guys in the next stream. Peace out. Have a good one.